Good morning, Brendan. You delivered some lectures in our university. Now you want to create a channel about English and Russian language study. I think our audience want to know more about you. So, Brendan, are you ready to answer a few questions?
Vlad, a very good morning to you. Thank you for asking me to undertake this interview. I'll do my best to provide you with as much information as possible in relation to the questions you have posed.
Brendan, talk about yourself. What do you think? Who you are?
Okay, question number one about myself. Well, my name is Brendan Molloy. I was born in Dublin in the year 1962. Emigrated to Australia just after I had left school. I spent about 18 years out there before returning to Ireland in December 1999. Well, I guess I returned to education quite late in life. I started my academic education, so to speak, around 2007 when I undertook a part-time diploma in youth and community development from 2007 to 2009 at University College Cork in Cork City. Following my diploma, I undertook a Bachelor of Social Science degree, also in Youth and Community Development, and following that I undertook a Magistrate degree, or as we say in Ireland, a Master of Arts degree, Sociology of Globalisation and Development. It was from around this particular time that I started to develop an interest in Russia, Russian history, Russian culture, Russia's political system, and the Russian economy.
Why did you choose your specialization?
Why did I choose my specialisation? Well, I guess as I got older, I became very interested in society in the context of how the macroeconomic world impacts on our society, but really focusing upon the development and education of young people. In other words, how does the macroeconomic world impact on the education of our young people and indeed their future prospects? As I started to delve into society, so to speak, I discovered within myself that my interests are and were quite varied from the time I started my education. My interests straddle economics, sociology, philosophy, and political science. Every day I try to re-educate myself as much as I possibly can on all of these particular social science disciplines.
Sounds amazing. Can you tell me, for example, about your favorite book?
Oh, favorite books? I guess I have many favorite books. I can't really say I have one particular favorite book, but I do like to read a lot of books that relate to history, especially the history of Ireland and the history of Russia. But at the present time, I am reading a lot of books about Russia, just to give me an understanding of how our society actually works, so to speak. Your different economic system in comparison to ours in Ireland, and obviously your political system as well, really has me fascinated. I'm constantly searching for literature and books in Ireland that relate to Russia and its history and its society.
How did you start a cooperation with our university?
The cooperation with the Samara Economic University really commenced in 2015. I was invited by Professor Gleb Alexushin to conduct some lectures at the university. I did 4 lectures in all, and it was simply a fantastic experience. The lectures gave me a lot of new skills in teaching. I suppose built up my confidence in relation to my teaching methods and my teaching style. So following those lectures in 2015, I have kept in regular contact with the university. And as a result of the cooperation, and as a result of those particular lectures, I have been very fortunate to welcome students from Samara Economic University to Ireland every summer. We had a large group arrive in August 2015. Following that, another group arrived in 2016 and 2017, and again in August of this year, and that being 2018.
Brendan, what do you think about our university?
I love the Samara Economic University. I feel very comfortable there, I feel very welcoming there, and I'm always very happy to teach there. You have a lot of wonderful facilities, wonderful teaching staff, and a nice, warm, welcoming atmosphere. As you know, I was there for the past 2 weeks teaching, and you Vlad was one of my students, and I'm sure you agree with me that our time together as a group was very rewarding and very special. And I do hope I will get the opportunity in the not too distant future to return to your university to do some more teaching. I felt that I had introduced a lot of new and interesting concepts which yourself and the other students and lecturers were quite happy to listen to me and talk to me about.
What do you think about relationships between Russia and Ireland?
The Ireland-Russia relationship, I still believe it is quite young in the context of it is still developing. That is why I first came to Russia in 2012 to play my part in the context of representing my country in introducing myself to the Russian people and just to meet people from different facets of life in Russia, to talk about my history, my country, and to try and create that positive link. I firmly believe in cross-cultural communication, cross-cultural relationships, in spite of the political and economic turmoil that happens every single day in our world. I myself try to, so to speak, come underneath that in the context of being myself and just creating those positive, friendly links that we now have. I will say about myself that I have worked hard since 2011 and 2012 to build these links up, and thankfully those links are getting stronger. From an economic perspective, we do trade with Russia. Our trade relationship is quite low because we are only a very small country, that being Ireland, out on the west coast of Europe. But in saying that, we do export a lot of dairy products and beef to your country. In our embassy in Moscow, we do have a very proactive group of people working there who do promote Ireland in a positive way. We have the local enterprise office, which is always seeking out new opportunities in the context of investment and in general positive relationships between our countries. So all in all, I do believe our relationships are progressing in the right direction. As I say, I'm only one person out of many people in our two countries, but I do believe from my own perspective that the work I am doing and what I'm trying to do is very positive for the relationship between Russia and Ireland.
So you posted an article on this theme in your VK, right?
Yes, I did have an article printed on VK, a very interesting article, because I was contacted by a young student from the Samara University of Research. He found out about the work that I'm doing here through my colleague that I work here with teaching English. When he learned about my work, he became very interested in what I was doing in the context of this whole cross-cultural relationships. So he decided to make contact with me, and I undertook an interview with him on Skype in early summer. The young student's name, Alexandra or Sasha, edited the interview, and as you can see from the final transcript, it turned out to be quite a very good interview and a very interesting article. An article I have been very happy to share with as many people as possible here in Russia. And the people who have read it have given me a lot of positive feedback about it. So all in all, Vlad, I just want to say that it has been a great experience trying to put this interview together for you. I'm not really used to talking into microphones or into computers. I like to talk to people face to face. So hopefully this very short interview has given you some idea, some insight as to who I am. And if you have any further questions or queries, please do not hesitate to contact me. So Vlad, thank you for all your help and cooperation in trying to put this interview together. Thank you, Vlad. Have a nice day. Спасибо.
Oh, thanks, Brendan. Goodbye.